Billionaires have added a staggering $1.7 trillion to their wealth since the pandemic began, while Americans are being crippled by rising prices. You know, I looked at this story. I love, Truth Out, they do a great job. I didn't get the connection here about, okay, yeah, people are making trillions of dollars and it somehow has to do with COVID. The two didn't fit. I mean, one is, yeah, they're making money for a lot of other reasons, not really COVID. But you raise an issue in one of in the way you analyze this. Talk to me about it.
Well, one of the big things that happened at the start of the pandemic, obviously, is you had a lot of small businesses close their doors. You know, people, lockdown orders, whatever it is you want to call them, small businesses did have to close down. Most of them thought, okay, 2 weeks and we're good. But it became longer than that. And so Americans needing things had to turn to companies that could deliver it to their homes.
Big box companies
exactly.
and delivery companies.
You know, Amazon already had, the market edge on that. Walmart had rolled out their, 2-day delivery on items just a couple years prior to that, so they were a direct competitor as well. But it became the only people that could stay in business, the only people that could really profit off of this were the big box stores. While your local, maybe a little mini mart that you have that you use, a local grocer, they get pushed out of the way. And again, the Krogers and the Publixes as well made buku money,
right,
while at the same time raising their prices.
Farron, what is the money? How much are we talking about increases in the wealth of these folks?
Well, we've got, overall the 1.7 trillion, and they did, of course, here. You've got Bezos went from 113 billion to 150 billion. Yeah. Bill Gates from 98 billion to 130 billion. The Walton family, they saw their wealth grow by 27%.
Yeah.
So they're at 20,
I think you raise a good issue. When I first looked at this, Truth Out, you're really trying to force an issue. I think that's at least part of it. I think it's a good answer to what's going on here. It created like Bezos, you just described a $40 billion increase. That makes sense when they're delivering it to the people's house.
And all of this inequality comes at the same time, obviously. Americans are losing their jobs. They're being furloughed, laid off, whatever it is. Their income goes down. Their buying power is still down because of inflation and because of price gouging.
Yeah.
While these people are hoarding all of this money, they're not reinvesting it, right? They're not giving people raises. They're not expanding and saying, well, come work for us. Yeah. That's the problem, is the wealth inequality.
In other words, the race to the bottom continues, even when the bottom was really ugly during the COVID crisis.
Oh, yeah.